Thank you very much, our hosts, Engineer Tanui, Honorable Eriund Owaro, the Cabinet Secretary for ICT and Digital Economy. I also recognize the President of NADPO, our Data Commissioner, all the commissioners from Africa, the Excellency, the ambassadors and High Commissioners present, and all the distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning. Thank you so much for inviting me. I came here to confirm that the judiciary will support all the data protection initiatives because we in the judiciary have embraced technology. Colleagues from Africa, it is important for me to tell you, in the judiciary we have embraced e-filing. If you want to file a case, you can file it even on your mobile phone as you're sitting where you're sitting. You can also have a virtual hearing of a matter, and you can track the progress of your case from the filing to completion. But what worries us most is the data protection. And that is why I'm here today, most honored to join you for the Network Data Protection Authorities in Africa Conference, a gathering that underscores the collective commitment of the data protection authorities in the continent to safeguard the fundamental right to privacy in an increasingly digital world. As we witness the exponential growth of information and communication technologies, we cannot ignore the profound impact they have on our lives. These technologies have revolutionized how we conduct transactions. Technology has revolutionized how we communicate and interact with the world around us. However, with these advancements came new challenges, particularly in the realm of data privacy and protection. The proliferation of remote transactions has brought convenience and efficiency to our lives, but it has also heightened the risk of fraud and misuse of personal information. Every time we engage in online activities, they leave behind a digital footprint. They leave behind a trail of personal data that, if mishandled, can result in identity theft and erosion of trust in digital services. And that is so well demonstrated by the artists who have put up a wonderful show of the misery that is brought by data misuse. Balancing the imperative of providing secure services with the protection of individual privacy rights is also very complex and multifaceted. It requires careful consideration of the trade-offs between security measures and privacy to safeguard the decisions that ultimately have profound implications for our democratic values and human rights. Ladies and gentlemen, privacy is not merely a legal or regulatory obligation. Privacy is a fundamental human right which we have enshrined in our Constitution and also in international human rights instruments. It is the cornerstone of individual autonomy and dignity, and it is essential for fostering trust in this digital ecosystem. We are now in an era where we are pursuing data-informed and evidence-based decision-making. The collection and usage of data present incredible opportunities to improve governance and also to improve and also track service delivery and seek accountability to improve the overall quality of our lives and of our peoples. Governments and private organizations alike are increasingly harnessing data to drive strategic decisions. In Kenya, we are witnessing a transformation where public agencies, including the judiciary, are mining data to inform policy interventions. This transformation empowers us to make more informed and equitable decisions, advancing the public interests and fostering national development. However, we must not overlook the inherent imperatives of informational privacy as we harness the potential of data. We are custodians of citizens' personal data. It is therefore our duty to ensure that their rights to privacy are respected and upheld. The importance of data protection lies not just in compliance with laws, but in upholding the trust and confidence that citizens place in public institutions. Our responsibility as regulators and protectors of privacy is to ensure that data collection adheres to the stringent data privacy principles. Take, for instance, in the justice sector in Kenya, the justice sector encompasses the police. We also have the prosecution, judiciary, prisons, and correctional services. Through working together and sharing our data has given us the opportunity to streamline data sharing across the justice chain by fostering interagency collaboration. We are now able to eliminate the need for redundant data collection and minimize the risk of intrusive interventions. This approach will also enhance transparency, reduce administrative burdens, and foster more efficient delivery of justice. For those who practice law, they know the journeys of going to court to file cases, the journeys of going to retrieve files, those are no more. As Africa embarks on its digital transformation, the appetite for data on the continent is growing exponentially. With the proliferation of data and digital technologies, there is an increasing risk of exploitation by entities that seek to mine data for their own gain. The onus is on us to safeguard the interests of the people we serve and of our population. As data population protection authorities gathered here today, you must invest in public education initiatives. We must raise awareness about data privacy. We must raise awareness about the rights and the dangers of data exploitation. We must empower individuals to understand and exercise their rights. You must be ever vigilant in safeguarding informational privacy. This requires developing robust data governance frameworks that ensure transparency, accountability, and security in the data usage. I'm very, very encouraged by us African countries coming together African nations can actually create a data ecosystem that serves the public interest while protecting the fundamental rights to privacy. We, as the judiciaries also in Africa, we are having this conversation on how we can use technology as an enabler to access to justice. And we are thinking if the judiciaries in Africa can embrace technology and we are able to deal with the backlog of cases, we are going to frog march to the first world. And indeed, the first world, the European Union, will now be asking us to join the group. We can become leaders in data protection. We can set standards that the world over can use. In Kenya, our courts are developing jurisprudence which is interpreting the legal commitments to protection of data that is founded on the rights-enhancing paradigm that prioritizes the privacy rights of individuals by upholding the rights of individuals to control their personal data and ensure its responsible use by organizations across the various sectors. Ladies and gentlemen, it is also important for us to appreciate that in digital age, it has increasingly become evident that children and the young adults are not just passive consumers of technology, but active participants in the digital world. From online learning to social media interactions, their engagement with digital platforms is pervasive and profound. And I'm happy to note in this very rich conference, you have a program that is going to address the safety of our children and the young adults. Emerging issues such as internet hygiene, cyberbullying, and online predators underscore the need for comprehensive mechanisms to safeguard children's digital experiences. It is imperative that digital policies and programs take into account the unique vulnerability of our children and prioritize their safety in the design of software applications and online platforms by building a safe and trusted digital space for them. We also need to empower them to harness the potential benefits of technology, but we must mitigate the inherent risk, ensuring that they can explore, learn, and grow in a secure online environment. Therefore, I urge you as Africa's data protection authorities to prioritize the protection of our children, recognizing that their safety and well-being is paramount. In conclusion, let me note that these challenges extend beyond national borders. The issues we face are global in nature, requiring collaboration and cooperation among data protection authorities across Africa and beyond. Therefore, I commend the convening of this conference that brings together data protection authorities, as it will serve as a vital platform for fostering exchanges, sharing best practices, and establishing and advocating for common standards in data protection. I urge you to robustly enforce the laws that protect personal data and information privacy. It is only through this effective enforcement that we will deter violations and uphold human rights. And with those many remarks, it is indeed my honor to wish you a very, very pleasant stay here in Nairobi and a wonderful conference. Thank you, and God bless you.